Hey guys, how you doing? This is JP Saricolia. Welcome again to another Weekend Gaming video, and let's just dive in. First, the Neo Geo Mini, it's finally here. It's already out for sale. You can find them on Amazon. I'm gonna have the links below. The system is good, but it is not perfect. First of all, it doesn't have an AC adapter. It doesn't come with it, which is a shame because actually the NES Classic and the SNES Classic, they all have an AC adapter. Also, it doesn't come with it needs a mini HDMI to HDMI cable to plug into your television. It doesn't come with it, so you have to buy it separately. Now, according to the people that already have it, they've been reviewing it and they've been playing with it. The TV output is very soft, and it's a bit soft and muted. The colors on screen are not as sharp. Which is kind of like a shame because actually you can play a lot of these games in other consoles and for example on the archives for the PS4 on the Xbox, and it really looks very, very sharp. It looks very great. Also, it needs two proprietary controllers, which we already knew, and they're sold separately to play multiplayer. So you can only play single player in the very cramped little console or the little arcade, and that's all you can do. Also, there's no clickly micro switches on the joysticks. Of course, you purchase in this case the pads separately. They don't have they're the copy of the Neo Geo CD pads. It's kind of the same design. However, there's no micro switches. The micro switches make the joystick very clicky, so you can feel the movement. So these are very soft, which is a shame. Also, there's no button map and layout, so technically you cannot really change the buttons, and some of the buttons have been changed, so it doesn't resemble the Neo Geo CD layout, which is a shame. So it is very limited in the many options. So there's no difficulty option, so you cannot change the difficulty. So people were pointing out that there's no free play as you can do with other versions, in other different consoles. You only have the 5 credits. So it is very classic in the sense that it kind of resembles and follows what original systems had, the original hardware. But the fact that there's no options on something like this at this price point, it doesn't feel as good. Of course, there's no on this one, and the international version, there's no Japanese language. In the Japanese version, actually, you can choose between Japanese and English, but not in the international version, which is a shame. And of course, the mapping layout. So there's very limited in the options. I think that the package is nice. If you are a collector, if you're buying it just for the purpose of just having it on display and play once in a while, but as a way to go to play all the time, I don't think this is the most comfortable way or the best way. When you can actually find a lot of these games into other consoles on the Switch, you can find them, of course, on the PS4 and Xbox One. However, all of this included in one single package, I think that kind of makes it for the price. So it's just a matter of, I would say, a matter of opinion and of personal preference. Now, this week, we got a Starlink Battle for Atlas. This was developed by Ubisoft Toronto, and it's very similar to No Man's Sky action, adventure, survival, and exploration game. So definitely, it's very cool. The only thing I don't like about this game is the unnecessary Toys to Life technology. I feel that that's just unnecessary. Very similar to the Amiibo and the Skylanders. If you're into that kind of stuff, it's okay. You could buy the toys and, get the extras and all the different DLC through the toys. But if you just don't have need for it, it's just, I feel that it's unnecessary. However, you can buy all of this digitally, so you don't have to be stuck buying those little things just to play the game. There's slightly better graphics on the PS4 and the Xbox One. However, the Nintendo Switch has a Star Fox as exclusive character. So I think, in my opinion, even though it looks better on the PS4 or the Xbox One, I think the clear winner is the Nintendo Switch, because you have a Star Fox, which actually makes this game more interesting than it was before, at least in my opinion. But yeah, getting into the game is very repetitive. It's a bit repetitive. That's what a lot of the reviewers are saying. There are similar quests all over the place throughout, the galaxy, this constellation that you're part of, or wherever you're at. So it's very similar, but it's just fun, I would say. Like many reviewers are saying, it's better. The digital option is a lot better because you actually get more content for the price. And but if you are into collecting a lot of these starships, and all that, I think it's kind of cool if you go for the toy route, but it's not necessary. Now, this weekend we have of course, the release of Soul Calibur 6. I've been a fan of Soul Calibur for years. This is developed by Project Soul and is published by Bandai Namco. I've been playing Soul Calibur since the first one, Soul Edge, back in 1995 in the arcades. One of the greatest things about Soul Calibur Soul Edge, when everything started in every single game, is that how easy it is to grab the game and get into it. How addicted it can become. Yes, it's been 6 years since the last release in Soul Calibur 5. So this comes, and the best part of this, according to a lot of the reviewers, I haven't played yet, the mechanics are the most refined in the series. This is the most refined of all the games. Every game has been good in one way or the other. Of course, there have been step backs. I would say after 3, there were a little bit of step back. 4, I really played 4 a lot. 5 was good. It really changed a lot of the mechanics. It introduced new mechanics. It took a lot of some good characters out. The good thing that a lot of these characters have been brought back in 6. So there's a lot of good things. So the mechanics are really defined. You have, of course, you got Critical Edge and Soul Charge are back, which kind of help in the offensive and the attack. You also, besides in the defensive modes and mechanics, you have besides sidestepping and guard impact, 6 is introducing a new mode that is reversal edge, which actually gives you a more tools for the defense part, which is, I think, is great, because I think it's always been, I think one of the lacking points for Soul Calibur has always been the defense. Of course, you still have the 8-way run system, which is classic here, and it combines with special moves and attacks, which makes it even more challenging. So this is the great part about Soul Calibur, is the fact that you can implement new techniques and new systems and new mechanics, and people, any person, whether you're casual or non-casual, whether you're an expert, whether you've been playing this for years or you start this the first time, you can grab it and you can gravitate. It makes it simpler and easier, but there's a lot of things that you can learn, and it's easy to learn. You have, of course, guard impact and a special meter, which were great additions to Soul Calibur 5. They're coming back. And so I think the mechanics make this a more well-balanced game that I'm really looking forward to it. You haven't heard too much, outside, of course, the people that are into fighting games, into that, I would say subcategory of gaming. Most people are excited for Soul Calibur 6. But of course, outside of that, everybody's looking for other type of games, so the big blockbuster games of the season. But in my opinion, if you are into fighting games, this is definitely a great addition to any fighting gaming collection. Of course, you have the 2 additions on the story mode. You have Libra of Soul and Soul Chronicles. Soul Chronicles is pretty much simple story with all the known characters. Libra of Soul is even more... I think it's the part that I really like the most, because actually you can create your own character, customize your own character, and this game has the best character creator in the series. So it's very expansive, and you can do all kind of things here. And with that character you create, you can actually have your own story, which makes it very interesting. So I'm very excited for Soul Calibur 6. Definitely, I think it's a great addition to the Soul Calibur series. Of course, we are very excited. Next week, Red Dead Redemption is coming. Red Dead Redemption 2. Everybody's excited about it. Of course, we have known and we have heard that it's possibly that it's going to come in 2 discs. It's really a massive game. Now, today, for those that pre-order digitally, they can start actually from today. You can start downloading the game into your hard drive, which is, I think, is a good idea. So when you get to that day, you actually can start playing the game on day 1. So really looking forward to this game. I think everyone is excited about it. I am excited about it. I love Red Dead Redemption, and I love this type of games. Now, we also have a Battlefield 5 single campaign trailer a couple of days ago. Now, I really like Battlefield 5. There's been a lot of hate surrounded this game. A lot of hate because of things that have been said, because of mistakes that have been made. I think because of the approach of the studio and the EA and executives in regards to the game and things like that. So people have been butthurt about it, in both sides. However, when I play the beta, I really kind of enjoyed. There were a couple of things that needed to be tweaked and still need to be tweaked. You probably had seen my video. If you haven't, I invite you to watch my video review of the beta. But there are a couple of things that need to be improved. That's for sure. But other than that, I think there's a lot of things that I really enjoy about the game. I actually like it more that, Battlefield 1. I found it more entertaining. At least I like the setting and some of the things that have, the mechanics that have tweaked in this game. There are a couple of things that need to be changed for sure. But there's been a cold reception. We saw this new trailer, and I really like it. I think they toned down some of the things they did in the other videos. They introduced more male characters into it. The women doesn't look as you don't see this craziness that they were having in the other videos, which they toned it down. However, there's still this cold reception. I see everywhere you go, people still talking about what was said before. People still criticizing EA, still criticizing the game, saying they're not gonna buy and blah 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 blah. And this is going to be a bit of a rant right now. I'm just fed up with people that they want to always voice their opinion, but they always feel offended. Every time they get offended by something, they just go out in the attack and they go into this, I would say, they become a-holes, That's the fact, Everywhere you go, you voice how uncomfortable you are, how offended you were because somebody said something mean to you. And I think this is the part where we have to come and we have to develop some thick skin. If you are a person, yes, you're always going to be offended no matter what. We're always going to get offended by someone, by something, by anything around us. Something is going to offend us. Now, are you going to live on the offense? Are you going to move on from the offense? Or are you going to get stuck in there forever and never going to let go? And this is the problem. Just let it go. You don't like the game? Fine. Don't buy it. You don't like what Battlefield is doing now? Fine. Just don't buy it. There are plenty of games right now to buy where you can put your money, but you don't have to always attack on Twitter, on Facebook, on YouTube, and try to make everyone uncomfortable because you just felt offended because, you don't like women in this, you don't like the historical accuracy, or you don't like this and you don't like that. Just let it go. Just let it go. I feel that a lot of people are just not letting it go and they're just making things worse. When I play the game, I like it. I did, whether it's accurate or not. And in this trailer that we just saw, they trying to kind of present what they trying to do with this game. They're trying to give more light into the historical events of elements that are not as well known within the universe of World War II, which I like because sometimes we play the same. So throughout the years we have played so many of these games, many of this World War II games, and they always concentrate on the same battlefields. They always concentrate on the most famous battles, like the take of Normandy, or some of the big ones. That we always concentrate on those. But there were so many different fronts on the war. There were so many people involved, so many nationalities, so many nations. There were a lot of people involved, people from all over the Europe, the old world, from North Africa, from, so many places. So to really think that the only big wars were, D-Day or other big days, or other important, more famous days, it doesn't mean that the war was only fought on that front. So I feel that people that are claiming for historical accuracy are missing the point big time. And Battlefield has never been fully historically accurate. If you have followed a Battlefield from the beginning, they have changed the game a bit in different settings, and it's all about creating a new environment. It's still an arcade shooter. So, if people are looking for historical accuracy, then just grab a book and read the stories and, read, just read. Instead of just thinking that a game is going to teach you lessons of history. I'm sorry, but you're missing the point. This is just a game. We're here to play the game. And yeah, there's going to be some liberties here and there. As long as we're playing the game, it's fine. But, if you're trying to tell the world that you're just trying to defend, to safekeep the memories of the war, or World War II, then you're completely misguided. And you're just lying to yourself and lying to everyone else. The bottom line is that you are offended because you feel not represented in a game that you think belongs only to you. So with all of this, maybe you hate my comments or not. I don't care, because this is my play. This is my channel. So I can just kind of rant a little bit. So I don't want to offend anybody. I respect everyone's opinions, but at the same time, just respect other people for whatever they do, whatever they say. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Simple as that. So once again, thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and follow my channel. So God bless you, my friends. Talk to you again. Bye-bye.
We can make a wildfire get away.